Oasis Audio presents Lucky Baby by Meredith Efken. Read for you by Cassandra Campbell.
For Oasis Audio, I'm Wayne Shepherd. God designed Meredith Efken to write. That's her observation about herself. But there are a whole lot of people who agree with her, and after reading Lucky Baby, I'm one of them. Meredith, what a beautiful book. Thank you for writing this.
Well, thank you.
How do you describe Lucky Baby to those who have not read it yet?
I describe it as my attempt to describe the magical and wonderful journey of adoption that a couple goes through to create a family. I see adoption as really quite a miraculous journey because there's no reason why when you bring a child into your home that's, is not your own, is not related to you, there's no reason why it ought to become truly a part of yourself, and yet it does. And so this was my tribute to that, my tribute to the adoption community, particularly the international adoption community, and my attempt to explore that dynamic of becoming a family.
Even though you and your husband are adoptive parents, this is a work of fiction. Why did you choose to write a fictional story?
Mainly because I feel that my daughter's adoption story belongs to her, and so I want to give her the opportunity to share that story with people as she chooses to, and so I didn't want to take it and put it out there for everybody unless, when she becomes an adult, if she wants to do something like that and write a book, I would be happy to help her with it. Mm-hmm. But at this point, I felt like it was more respectful to her to write a work of fiction instead.
Your daughter is Jessamine, and we'll get a chance to meet her in a few minutes. I understand she's 12 years old now.
Yes, she is.
All right. Look forward to talking to her. But before we talk more about Lucky Baby, a friend of mine who knew that I'd be talking with you told me in no uncertain terms that I should ask you about your background. Now, I don't know a whole lot about you, so what do we need to know about Meredith Efken?
Well, I have always enjoyed writing. I thought that it was something, though, that to become an author seemed like something that becoming like a movie star or something where you had to know the right people and you had to be something really extraordinary and all of this stuff. And so I never really seriously considered it as a career, even though I started writing I attempted to write a book for the first time when I was 7. And it was cute. But I just never really seriously considered it as a career option until I was much older, out of college, and had learned a little bit more about how the publishing industry worked. And I realized that this is really what I want to do. This is what makes me feel alive.
Do you still have that first book?
I do somewhere. It's on about 2 pages of small steno paper. Yeah, it was called The Flower and the Bee.
Probably at least 20 chapters, right?
Well, it was intended to be, and then I kind of wimped out. So.
Well, then how do you make the transition? I mean, you wanted to write, but you didn't think that world would open up to you. How did it open up for you? This is your 4th book now.
I credit the Internet a lot, actually, because up until I was online, mid to late 90s, I actually was pretty sure that there were no other writers in my town because I just didn't know of any of them. I was so disconnected. But through getting involved with writers groups and online critique groups and going to writers conferences and stuff, I started developing a network, and then you learn how to approach the industry, and you learn more about your craft and how to become a better writer. And I think that's really what made the difference for me.
But you've gone beyond that, too. I mean, you seek to help other writers, don't you?
Mm-hmm. I sure do. I am a freelance editor of fiction. I work with writers who write young adult fiction and adult fiction. And I really, really enjoy it. I love helping other people because I know that if I hadn't received help and support, I wouldn't be a published author. And so...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?